Joined now on the scouting report by WBTV sports reporter Cam Gaskins, located in Charlotte. Now, Cam, NC State has won two of the last three games against Clemson. What's the likelihood you think we see another Wolfpack beating the Tigers?
This year, it's not looking very likely, just based on how the first three games have gone for NC State. Just most glaringly, you look at their week two matchup here in Charlotte against Tennessee. They lose by 40. They just get completely embarrassed on a big national stage, and that was kind of the game that shows you maybe NC State isn't quite where they want it to be this year.
You mentioned the Tennessee game. That was the only game that NC State's played away from home. Now they're playing
Mhm.
their first true road game, like you said, in Death Valley, with a true freshman quarterback, CJ Bailey, coming in for senior Grayson McCall, who went down with the injury last game against Louisiana Tech. CJ Bailey did lead a comeback win, but how do you feel about a true freshman quarterback playing his first away game in Clemson?
I think you're looking at an offense that was kind of just desperate for answers. This is just pure speculation on my part. I'm curious how much of an injury is actually ailing Grayson McCall, or how much of it is he wasn't effective and they needed to just bring some fresh life in. So you bring in an athletic playmaker in CJ Bailey. It's going to be a much different test going up against Clemson's front seven and that defense, as hungry as they've been looking this season.
Tiger fans are still trying to figure out, where does the Clemson offense land? Like, is it the 3 points that we saw against Georgia? Is it the 60 plus points we saw against App State? Do you think Tigers fans should be licking their chops about going up against this NC State defense that, when tested against Tennessee, gave up 50 points?
Yeah, I think this is one where it might not necessarily prove that Clemson has a great offense, because it could just tell us that NC State's defense just isn't there this year. It could be one or the other, but I do think this is one where, if you are a Tigers fan, if you are not able to move the ball consistently against this Wolfpack defense, that's going to be considered a disappointment. So I think you got to look for Clemson to be scoring somewhere in the upper 20s, maybe in the 30-point range. I think that should be enough to get you the win.